Man, I can't believe we let Ben Shapiro put Chi-Chi in D tier.
I'm more bothered by the fact Lisa wasn't in S tier.
Could you two maybe get on with this video? Besides, DFO is the better China game.
Donald, why are you even playing the global version? You could do well there with your gold. The language barrier doesn't matter since people don't read anyway.
Nah, it's not that simple. Xi Jinping has been playing CDNF for so long, he's basically in charge of it. You know the EXO who one-shotted Ozma with his 2A? Xi can do that with all of his alts. I play defog to feel like a big fish in a small pond, and it's working pretty well if I say so myself.
We're on to mage now, right?
No, Joe, we're on to gunners. They're Empyreans who landed to Arad while escaping from the cartels. As you may have guessed, they're all expert gunslingers.
Sag. But at least as a fellow American, I can appreciate their practice of the Second Amendment.
Wait a minute. Cartels? Escaping to another country? They're fucking illegal immigrants. D tier, D for deported, all of them.
Put a lid on it, Donald. We'll start with male ranger first, since female gunners were released later. He's pretty much what happens when Dante fully specs into marksman.
I liked his old Western fire, but they made him ricochet the bullet with his 3A, and they gave him a new 80 skill that had bullets bouncing off rocks. Now he thinks he's hot shit just because he learned geometry.
Didn't blind fuck also grow stronger by learning how to read? Who is their Secretary of Education? This whole game is just school propaganda. Anyway, S tier?
Look, Don, I get it. Ranger is a pretty based yee-yee son of a bitch, but you're snorting too much of that Ryan Coke if you think he belongs there.
Are you sure? Look at his 2A. It says here he moves at the speed of light. And also Ranger scales better with amps and reinforcements.
That last part is outdated and has nothing to do with this discussion. But I think I just found out why our country is in so much debt.
Moving at the speed of light doesn't make him any special. All he does in the end is still shoot regular guns.
Are you so retarded that you think moving at the speed of light doesn't make him OP as fuck? Make him kick Barra Grappler, and he'll be sent hurtling into the previous timeline. Also, his theme of Ravens is just hella-based.
Counterpoint, female striker.
Fake news. Why is she in C tier then?
No matter how fast she can move, she still wouldn't be able to hit Ghostblade. Also, I just don't like talking about speedsters in a power level tier list, so I will be using my Lore Master privileges to declare that physics-defying speed is irrelevant to this tier list.
Who the hell made you the Lore Master? Just because you can make up some random shit about the story doesn't mean...
I will let you have 3 minutes of sponsor promotion at the end.
Anyway, 7th Flow doesn't actually look that fast in the game, so I think we can just assume Neop will put that in as flavor text.
I agree with Barack. It's just not fun trying to make speedsters fit into discussions. They could find a way to ass-pull through things more than a Rocky finishing each JoJo part. Besides, Donald, why are you fanboying so hard for a shirtless guy here,
Shut the hell up. You can't tell me he doesn't look better without a shirt.
Nah, I think his 1A and 3A look better. 2A feels out of place, kind of like female brawler. Anyway, without taking his unnecessary speed into consideration, male ranger is still capable of performing superhuman feats, such as having senses heightened to a point of being able to detect the future like Katakuri. That alone makes him a cut above those of the D tier.
But in the end, he still just shoots guns.
True. Let's put him in behind male striker in C tier, since he and everyone above him could pretty much just dodge, tank, or deflect his bullets.
Thanks, Obama.
Wait, how is he able to fight Ghostblade then?
And now we'll be moving on to the female counterpart, female ranger. She belongs to a secret elite unit tasked to protect the Imperial Monarch.
She uses chains and shit, but none of her skills mention anything particularly impressive. She would be in D tier were it not for the silver bullets making her able to fight Ghostblade.
Our old dead boy again, huh? Maybe we should create a special tier for those that could take him on but still belong in D tier. Let's put male striker in it too.
Male striker could dodge female ranger's bullets, so put him above her there.
You forgot about her chain blades, Joe. She's particularly adept with those as seen in her 3A. How is he going to get around them?
Doesn't he have super armor and shit? Just make him tank the blades and give her a good kick.
You're right. Up next is our protein-loving beefcake male launcher. I don't think I need to explain that he shoots big guns.
Big guns he may have, but those don't belong to him. They were issued to him by his mommy RJ, and therefore he's nothing without them.
He's still a hunky-dory beefcake, though.
Not in his fucking 3A, he isn't. Man stopped going to the gym and slimmed down. His new look is a worse disaster than orbital disaster. Do these Koreans think muscles aren't attractive or something?
Ever heard of cutting, Donald? His jacket is probably hiding his guns. Not like you'd know anything about fitness anyway.
Donald's argument is valid, but if we ignore the weapons and equipment, I think we will have a very crowded D tier. Let's consider all of Launcher's weapons as part of his own strengths, just to make the tier list more fair.
Somewhere in the upper tiers, then. He has a bunch of nukes at his disposal on top of his lasers and satellite cannons.
Don't forget he could also call down a machine that could generate seismic waves and has a neutron bomb launcher.
How come this guy can just fire nukes whenever he wants?
Well, DFO is practically always in wartime, so he may just have the privileges.
It's always those freaking clown cartels.
Damn it, I thought we were done with the war on drugs.
Let's check male launcher to A tier since his arsenal could severely damage the planet if he tried to. I guess he'll be above male grappler, but below the death users. FYI, Don Silver Bullet can be used by all gunners. Now after male launcher, of course, we're going to get to female launcher.
Oh great, here comes another woman with guns. The raging lesbian ranger was bad enough, but this one has even bigger guns. Can she even lift those?
She doesn't have a lot of nukes, Barack. I think she's a lost cause.
Look, this bitch even stole the seed lasers.
It's true that female launchers tend to focus on mobility as opposed to their counterparts' firepower. But quantum bombs are still devastating. I'd say she's still A tier. Moving on, we have male mechanic.
Oh, yeah, I noticed my check engine light's been on. Can he take a look at it with me after this?
Your check engine light's been on for the past decade, Grandpa. Anyway, this guy is just another example of what I said about male launcher. He was fucking jacked. What the hell happened? Now he looks like some nerd who hasn't touched grass ever since he moved into his parents' basement.
Well, I think it's safe to say having muscles don't matter for his line of work. He got robots to do things for him now so he could spend his time on something more important, like working on Gaybog so he could bring out the whole thing instead of its arm and pilot it. God damn it, I'm still sour over the fact that it took him until his 3A to finally be able to pilot a full-sized mecha.
Put him in C tier. Bumblebee head ass may be a big robot, but all it does is punch.
Yeah, I'll have to agree. Where are the rest of its weapons? Even Gay Blog had missiles and shit. I need to see a breast fire.
I want to say they had more stuff designed, but they couldn't fit everything in the 3A. Besides, it's still able to unleash an amount of energy that's capable of wiping out a city block in pandemonium. That's definitely a B tier somewhere. It would be higher if it could do more than just punch, but alas, this is from the same people who are responsible for making male mechanic forget his own awakening in the story.
Asura and Nen might be able to short-circuit his robot. I think he should be below them.
As much as I want to say giant robots are cooler than these random dudes, I think you have a point there. Now, female mechanic, the one who for some reason was recognized by the Imperian government, but not her male colleague.
First we got Bumblebee, now we got Jennifer Fox. I don't remember being sponsored by Michael Bay today.
Just wait till you see their second awakened name's Donald.
I've never seen anyone else play this class, so I don't know what her 3A looks like. Play it, Barack.
Okay, I will.
Huh, she just destroys a grid square or something? Seems like another B tier.
Look at this, she didn't even invent her own technology. I knew from the start male gunners were better.
I don't condone your misogynism, but I understand the pain male gunner players felt when F-gunners were released. Let's put her behind male mech in remembrance, and also the fact that the giant robot is cooler and has a bigger explosion.
Obama, you're just biased toward mechanics because they have drone strikes.
Yeah, and? Next up we have the SOCOM commander, male Spitfire.
He was a pretty cool guy that made his own magical ammo and grenades, but he retired as soon as he got some women. He barely even fights anymore after his 2A.
Give my guy a break. He's been through some shit, so I'd say he deserves to chill as a commander. And in the end, he still commands from the front lines, unlike some of us here. Besides, as I stated earlier, we are going to count external factors as part of the character's strength.
He has to be S tier. Neil the sniper goes way too hard for a 45 skill.
You're right, Joe. My nigga Neil is so based he said psych and came back after getting shot by Neeple. But even so, he's just a regular sniper.
He drops napalms harder than us lobbing them at Vietnamese kids. B tier.
I guess that's why they call him Spitfire. His 2A is also a miniature fusion reactor.
Man, they're really just letting people casually throw nukes nowadays. Why couldn't I get that?
Are you a Special Forces war hero, General Donald? I didn't fucking think so, you...
Obama, I don't believe this guy. Why is he even out of his nursing home?
My bad, I told you guys I was running out on my ketamine. BRB.
Let's give Joe a minute to take his medications and put male Spitfire in B tier below the mechanics. Even though he's technically outranks them, they're all individually stronger than him, even if we count the weapons. Also, I'm going to put male Striker in D tier while Joe's away because I've been trying to sleep over it, but I just can't. Suju Inferno is just a manifestation of his physical power. He can't hurt Ghostblade with it.
Do it no balls. He's not going to notice.
Okay, I will.
Okay, I'm back and all revved up. Who's next on this Ellsworth tier list?
Are you going to be all right, Joe? We can't have you falling asleep in the middle of the video again.
Don't worry, Barrick. I had my secretary write up a script that automatically pops me a dose of ketamine every minute.
And aren't you running low?
Yeah, and my refill doesn't come in until next week. If I'm out, then...
Don't tell me, Joe, you're going to use that?
That's right, Barack. We'll have to use that.
I don't like this, but I will honor your wish. Anyway, next up is female Spitfire. She flies around with a jetpack and shit instead of being an officer.
A tier. She drops an EMP bomb in her first awakening. That's got to be super strong.
Joe, stop smoking that dank ketamine dope. What the hell is an EMP bomb going to do to people?
I agree with Don. She might be able to counter the mechanics, but realistically, EMPs are pretty ineffective against DFO's magical and physical users. But since she's essentially one-woman drone strike, I think we'll have to place her above C and put her somewhere in B.
Man, I hate F-spits in PvP. All they do is jump around and CC you, then run away.
Did that ketamine reset you back to the first video, Joe? Why are you still acting as if talking about PvP contributes to this tier list?
It helps to stretch out the video.
F-spit above F-mech and B, since she should counter her pretty well. Now, finally, we have Blitz, the man rebuilt by technology, who plays Ronaldinho soccer and possesses dozens of Iron Man character name variations.
I mean, he's fucking Iron Man, right? Put him in the tier for the Avengers.
We haven't got to Priest yet, Donald. Anyway, put him in S tier because he's Sans from Undertale. Do you really need me to explain to you why Sans is OP?
S and A tier seems high for him. While cyborgs are cool and he has as many guns as launchers, Blitz doesn't seem very destructive with his powers. He flies around and has missiles and laser cannons, but you could still have people like Male Ranger just dodge them and shoot him out of the sky.
How are regular-ass bullets going to do a thing to him?
He could shoot at a design flaw somewhere on his body. Since he has the future hockey vision thing, Ranger could just shoot into his weak area.
Oh, I bet you would know about shooting into other men's weak and tender areas.
Let's put him in B tier above F-spit, because he's pretty much a better version of her.
Agree.
But what about her EMP?
Man, what's with you and your EMP? Blitz could just discharge electricity from his body, so that shit wouldn't work on him.
One of his soccer balls is also made of strong magnets, and since he's able to handle it with ease, he should have some resistance toward the M part in the EMP. And with that, we're done with the gunners. To recap, we have Male Ranger at C, Female Ranger at the newly created tier that could fight Ghostblade but is still D in power, both launchers at A, both mechanics at B, both spits at B, and finally Blitz at B.
Not too shabby for illegal immigrants. I had my doubts at first, but I'm glad we were able to give them above average ratings as Americans.
Brings a tear to my eye.
Are you sure it's not because you were yawning sleepy-eyed, Joe?
And that's that for today, boys. I got to do my dailies and finish my Canyon Hill runs in 20 minutes.
Aren't you forgetting something, Obama?
Oh, right, my bad. As promised, here's your allotted 3 minutes for your ad.
Finally.